You can't love anyone until you love yourself. That's a phrase we hear all the time. But is that actually true? A lot of people spend years seeking love, feeling like they aren't loved, hoping to find someone outside of themselves who will love them, who will finally see their worth and love them for who they are. And there's a myth that we've all heard. We're told that to really find the love that we seek, we have to love ourselves first. You hear things like, only you can give yourself the love you're looking for. Loving yourself can definitely make challenges easier. But is it really a requirement for being loved by someone else? That's what we're exploring today. Hi, I'm Kaylee Larkin. I'm a certified attachment practitioner, and I help people attract secure relationships. Building secure love starts with you, but does it mean that you have to already love yourself before you start dating? So many of the people that I talk to with anxious attachment, they struggle with feeling lovable. They might not even realize it, but they question themselves, they doubt themselves, they work extra hard to attract someone because they consciously or subconsciously feel like they're not okay. Listen, if you've ever felt like you weren't okay, you need to hear this. Nobody's perfect, not one of us. And the people who might look very polished on social media, which is kind of like a facade of real life or digital representation of reality, they're not perfect either. So let's talk about how to meet people. If you really want to meet someone to date, put down your smartphone or your iPad and get a hobby, because then you'll meet someone who has similar interests. You'll know that you have something in common from the beginning, and you'll want to talk to them, as opposed to if you're swiping and swiping on a dating app and you don't really know if you'll enjoy having a conversation with someone. And here's a small experiment you can try. Instead of asking, do they like me when meeting someone new, flip that script and ask yourself, do I enjoy being around them? Do I feel more myself with them? And this simple shift takes all of that pressure off of self-worth and makes space for real connection. So the fact is, none of us is perfect, and whoever you're going to end up with, they won't be perfect either. They probably don't have exactly the same problems or the same flaws, because we are all different. But imagine this, if you walked into the grocery store and you picked up an apple or an orange or a pear, it looks pretty good, right? Like almost too good sometimes, and then you start to wonder. But you've ever gone to an apple orchard or even just a farmer's market, that apple or orange or pear, it looks different. It might not look as shiny because it's not covered in wax. But when you bite into a fresh apple right off the tree, wow. We're growing an eggplant right now, a single eggplant. I have one eggplant plant. And I can't wait to try it because I know it's going to taste even more amazing than what I could get in any store, because it's fresh and it's organic and it's packed with nutrients. It's real. And dating apps can be a bit like that. We see everyone looking shiny and perfect and we start to wonder if we're okay. Or maybe you do that on social media or business or wherever. Maybe you're not on dating apps. If you're dating in person, that's great. So where are we comparing ourselves to other people and questioning if we're good enough? When you really get to know someone and it's authentic and you're being vulnerable and you're sharing truths that are hard to share, is the connection good because they're perfect? Often, no. It's because they just shared something really vulnerable about themselves. Maybe that vulnerable thing they shared was that they like you. That's a really nice thing. Or maybe they shared that they accidentally put their shirt on inside out the other day and they didn't notice for the first hour of their morning. It could be goofy. But when you click with them and you have rapport with them, that goofiness is endearing. So they're not perfect. Perfect would have been wearing their shirt right side out. They're perfect in their imperfection. We all are. There was even a study, I remember, that people like other people more when that person messed up a little bit. For example, when they spilled a cup of coffee. So when you're worried that you're not good enough or you're not lovable enough, who are you not lovable enough for? Because someone somewhere would love you just the way you are, and the trick is to find that person where you also love them for just the way that they are. So do you have to be perfect to be loved? No, you don't. And it's interesting if you look through the attachment lens, because the different attachment styles hear this idea of love yourself first differently. So someone who leans anxious might take it as proof that they're not enough yet, which makes dating even harder. Someone who leans avoidant might use it as a reason to keep distancing. They might think, oh, I should have it all figured out first before I let anyone get close. But secure leaning people understand that it's a balance because, yes, self-love does matter, but relationships are also where love grows. So knowing your attachment style can help you see whether this phrase is supporting you or shutting you down. But the big question this video revolves around truly is, do you have to love yourself for someone else to love you? Okay, let's break that down a little. Think of a baby for a minute. So when a baby comes into the world, it's messy, right? But that baby is pure sunshine and pure love. That baby didn't know how to love someone. They were just existing, being a baby, being cute and messy and developing their brain and nervous system, attachment system. And then as that baby received love from a parent, they learned what it feels like to be loved. And that external love going to them from their parent turns into self-love. Did the baby have to love themselves before the parent could love them? No, of course not. They received the love externally that showed them how to love themselves. And you might be saying, but of course the parent would love them. But what if I'm really not lovable? That baby doesn't have all the flaws that I have at age 40 or 50 or 60. Maybe not, but you're also probably able to walk and talk and tie your shoes. And I bet that there's someone out there somewhere who thinks you're pretty great or would if they got to know you. And they might not care if you hadn't figured out yet how to love yourself because they might be able to see what was beautiful about you, even if you couldn't see it yet. And it's pretty magical when you can meet someone who appreciates those things about you that you don't even know to love. So let's talk about how relational growth teaches self-love, because one of the biggest truths about self-love is that it often develops through relationships. If someone reflects back your strengths, laughs at your quirks, or chooses you even when you're not at your very best, that lived experience teaches your nervous system, I am lovable. Self-love isn't just a solo practice we do. It grows through a mirror of this healthy connection. So if you enjoyed something about this video, write a comment, let me know what resonated. And if you'd like more help around dating in a secure way, check out the Secure Love Toolkit, which is designed for anxious attachment style, and it's full of tools to help you attract a secure relationship. And the link you can find in the description for this video. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. This is Kaylee Larkin, wishing you a beautiful relational journey.